Welcome to Flo Tao Salon. You know, the Chinese New Year reunion dinner is such a huge part of the culture. It's all about family, looking back on the year, and, of course, eating some incredible food. But in our super fast-paced world, it seems like even this ancient tradition is starting to change. So today, we're going to dig into exactly how it's evolving.
So where are we getting all this from? Well, our insights today come from a really detailed study by KuRunData. They're a Salon company. They talked to 525 families all across China who actually chose to eat their big reunion meal out. And that gives us a fantastic window into the dining trends that are shaping this holiday right now.
And this really gets to the heart of the whole thing. The report poses this central question. In this age of massive change, what do people really want from their reunion dinner today? And the answers, well, they reveal this fascinating pull between the modern world and timeless tradition.
Okay, so let's get right to the main finding. The tradition isn't just disappearing. Not at all. Instead, it's adapting. It's becoming way more flexible and practical, to fit into the rhythm of modern life. The report has a great term for this, de-ritualization. Now, that doesn't mean the meal is any less important. It just means the focus is shifting away from the how, like spending days cooking, and more towards the why, just being together. The spirit is still there for sure, but the way it's done is changing.
So, what does this de-ritualization actually look like when it's time to sit down and eat? How are families really putting together their holiday table in this new era? Let's jump into the data.
Check out the rise of what they call the hybrid model. Over 55%, more than half, of families are now mixing home cooking with dining out or getting takeaway. This really shows that convenience isn't just a nice-to-have anymore. For a lot of people, it's becoming a key part of the holiday plan itself.
And when it comes to that one main event, the big reunion dinner, the choice is pretty clear. Over half of families book a private room at a local restaurant. And it makes perfect sense, right? It's the best of both worlds. You get that festive vibe without any of the work, but the private room keeps that crucial feeling of family intimacy.
Now this whole shift is really being pushed forward by a new generation that's taking charge. So who exactly is in the driver's seat, and what do they care about most when they're planning this massive family event?
And here it is. The data is super clear that the main decision makers are now between 26 and 40 years old. This is the generation that grew up valuing efficiency, and they are absolutely bringing that practical, modern way of thinking to how they organize this traditional get-together.
And you can see that practical mindset right here. Almost 80% of these planners book their reunion dinner at least a week in advance, and a lot of them book a month or even more ahead of time. This isn't about some last-minute scramble. It's all about smart, proactive planning to avoid stress and make sure everyone has a great time.
And they plan ahead for some very good reasons. They know all about the potential headaches of eating out during the holidays, from crazy crowds and food that's not up to par, to just the stress of finding a table. They want the celebration just without all the chaos.
But here's where the story takes a really fascinating twist. While the how and the where of the dinner are getting more modern and convenient, the preference for the what, the flavor, is swinging right back toward tradition.
Just look at this. Even when they're eating out, the top choices by a long shot are local home-style restaurants or those trusted old-school brands. People aren't really looking for something trendy or experimental for their reunion dinner. They're searching for those familiar, comforting tastes of home.
And this slide just nails the point home. Over half of all diners are specifically looking for local, traditional holiday dishes on the menu. Think about that. They want the convenience of a restaurant, but the taste they're craving is pure, authentic nostalgia. It's like using a modern method to get a timeless feeling. So, after going through all this data, what's the big picture? Let's boil it all down to the three most important takeaways from this whole report.
First up, convenience has basically become its own kind of ritual. The tradition is shifting away from the hard work of preparation to the ease of just getting together. The priority isn't about being stuck in the kitchen all day, it's about making sure everyone can be together, relaxed, and completely stress-free.
Second, the very idea of a reunion is so much more flexible now. It's not tied to one single family home anymore. A family reunion can happen in a restaurant. It can be built around an amazing takeaway feast, or it can be a mix of both. The place has become less important than the people.
And finally, this is maybe the most powerful insight of all. As the dining experience gets more modern, that craving for authentic flavor actually gets stronger. People are using all these modern tools, restaurants, delivery apps, online booking, to connect with something that's totally timeless, the taste of home. And that kind of leaves us with a bigger question to think about, doesn't it? In our world that just keeps getting faster, we're all trying to figure out how to honor the past while living in the present. The way the reunion dinner is evolving really shows us that it's possible to change the form while still fiercely protecting the soul of a tradition.
Salon, Man Yan Xing Long. That's Flow Tao Salon, wishing you a prosperous year of the horse.